It can idle at least. So let's see how it is. It revs pretty damn fast. Alright, so let's take it for a spin around the block first. Not even warmed up yet. We're moving. It's supposed to have some kind of decelerating circuit where where it decreases the amount of popping. I don't know why people make a big deal about popping and stuff. Oh great, I went the wrong way. Alright, well, let's... Pretty good. It's not a snap your head back performance, but... Let's turn around here. It's kind of got some squeaking noise now. It still pops. Oh, and it just died. Maybe the idle's set too low. I just punched it in the wide open throttle and it takes off. Oh shit. So far so good. No popping, sort of pops, but it stops when I go into idle or when I slow down. Well, that's not good. Oh, yeah, that's probably why the gas isn't on. Ah, you dolt. All right. Alright, now we got fuel. That was embarrassing. that's why I don't like these that's why I don't like these manual petcocks. I always forget to turn them on, you know. But okay. Now we'll get back to the test. So as you can see, the bowl's pretty big. You can run it like not a lot of speed for a while and it'll be fine. Whoa! Oh! Whoa! Crap. Yeah, you really stab the throttle, it takes off. Especially now that it has fuel. Alright, probably gonna go stop. I'll go stop in this little neighborhood. Let me check if there's any fuel leaks or anything. And I'll go head out on the freeway. Seems to be running good. It didn't stall. I'm gonna try slowing down. I don't see any leaks. Okay. Alright, so I guess I'm gonna turn this into a little vlog or a vlog. So this is it's Memorial Day 2014, and instead of going to the beach or doing something like riding motorcycle, something nice interesting, I spent it toiling away on my Suzuki DR650 because this poor thing's been down for a couple weeks. So I just didn't have time to work or anything. I didn't have time to work on it because I was at work. Woohoo! Anyway, so well, it does a good low speed riding. Oh man, something wrong with my brake. It doesn't my rear brake doesn't brake so much anymore. I have to bleed it. Anyway, so I spent it working on my DR650. I was putting this Yamaha YFC-450 FCR-MX 39mm car. Oh, that's a lot. That's a long one. If any of you don't know what a YFC-450 is, it's a quad. It's a quad made by Yamaha, and it's one of their. It's probably their. It's their racing quad. It's their top, almost pretty much their top of the line quad. It's it's mainly made for like for ATV racing, because it's like a 5-valve per cylinder type thing. Oh, I can feel the back. It's kind of. I think I need to put air pressure in the tires. Let's hope it'll be fine. But anyway, I had this problem with surging. Well, let me talk about the history about this motorcycle. When I bought it, it had an Edelbrock carb. It was like whoever had it before, they installed the Edelbrock carb, and they Swiss cheese the airbox already, and there was a super trap muffler, so it already came modded and everything. Well, I had it lying around for a while, and whoever had it before, they didn't take very good care of it. The bike was just in horrible shape. Like they said, there was some kind of fire, like a jacket caught on fire in the back or something, and the back was like the back plastics are all burned and everything. Oh, doggy! It takes off. All right. Anyway, yeah, and then the shock was all busted, and apparently there was a lien on it, and I had to get it. I had to call the bank and release the lien and all that. Hey, look, there's a Thruxton, Triumph Thruxton. Anyway, so it had that carburetor on it, and I guess when I first got it, it would run okay. It was a slide carb. It was a nice one like this one, and then after a while, after I let it sit for a long time, the slide would stick and everything, and then I come to find out that they don't make this carb anymore, and there's no more support for it. So I decided to just chuck it, and then I found the BST-40, the stock carburetor for this bike, and I installed it. I jetted it a little bit higher on the main, I think, whatever the recommended was, and it was okay performance, but it surged. Oh, it surged at like what is it? At 55 miles per hour. Now I had a 91 DR650SE before. That was the kicker model. All right, here we go. We're gonna go on the freeway. See if it surges. This one surges. It shouldn't surge. No surging so far. So surging. Oh, okay. So surging is when like the bike doesn't seem like it doesn't have power. It's like it's switching from like cruising to decelerating. It just feels like it doesn't have power, and it would do that. It feels like it kind of has a sensation where you don't have enough fuel. Well, I don't know. It's not a lot of snap your neck back acceleration, but it's going. Let's hope it doesn't keep me stranded. Anyway, so my classic DR, it surged at 25 miles per hour. That's kind of annoying because when you're riding around like a residential neighborhood, the speed limit is 25 miles per hour, right? So so it would be surging a lot. And then, oh, no surging! It's maintaining it. Yeah, it's vibrating a little bit. Let's see if we can take it up to 70. Yeah, we're at 70. Alright, anyway. What was I talking about? Oh, the surging, yeah. So, but this one, it surges at 55 miles per hour. I don't know why. Maybe I never ridden a stock one before. But this one surged at 55, which is really annoying. Oh, that's actually not 55, but over 55 miles per hour. So if you went over 55, it would just, you know, it would just feel like it hasn't got any more balls, you know. So that's why I decided, hey, well, I'm gonna go get this FCR-MX carb. And the one who kind of like pioneered this mod is MX Rob. I'm gonna give a little plug for him. He's one of the first ones to install one of these carbs, and he had a lot of great documentation on it, on how to do it. And it is kind of a lot of work. You have to rejet the whole carb, and you got to do something with the accelerator pump and stuff. And so I got this carb on eBay for a YFC 450 for like about 120 bucks or something. That's not bad. But you figure if you buy a brand new TM40 from like ProCycle or something, it'll run you about, I forgot, like 300 or 400 bucks. It's a lot, man. And woohoo! And then so with the, I think the jetting kit was about 30 bucks, and I installed the aftermarket air needle valve, air adjustment valve, and then the jetting kit comes with all the jets that you need for like a regular, for like a lightly or like a slightly modified DR650 like mine. You gotta have the Swiss cheese air box and a better exhaust. Yeah, so you got to rejet it, and I had to make it this 5mm shim because it's really hard to find one. So I actually went to a hobby store and I got a washer. I bought a pack of washers for like RC cars or something, and I kind of shaved it inside for a shim, put on the needle. And yeah, so it was good. Install all that, and then the worst part is I had to make this intake. They call it an intake bell. It's like basically an adapter, because this is like a 39mm or something, and the stock carb is like a 40mm. And I guess the dimensions are a little bit different on this carb. I think it's too short or something. So you need to make an adapter so it'll fit on the boot. This adapter so it'll fit on the boot. All right, let's see if it'll stall again. No, okay, excellent. The reason it was stalling before was because I didn't have any fuel. All right. Whoa. Anyway, yeah. So basically, I went to. You can have one. They were talking about like going to a machine shop and making one on MX Rob's tutorial, and I was like, yeah, no, that costs like a lot of money. But so I went to Orchard and I bought all these pipe adapters, these PVC pipe adapters, and then I bought a bunch of them, and lo and behold, one of them fit. It was it made a smaller pipe into like a slightly bigger pipe, but there's some like kind of like channels. I forgot what kind of. It's some kind of special. It's some kind of like special. It's it's kind of like, it kind of looks like a jet, but it's actually inside the mouth of the carb, you know, the throat, and and it was blocking those. So basically, I had to like had to get my Dremel out or die grinder, and I had to grind away just so it'll clear that, and then I had to actually cut it because it was too long, and then I had to JB weld it. I was gonna use silicone because I'm like, I don't know about JB weld, but I'm glad I used JB weld like you suggested, because it's kind of a pain in the ass. You have to kind of shoehorn it in. So here I'm at my destination, Home Depot here. Gotta get some stuff, but hey, it made it here, no problem. So yeah, I had to do that and JB weld it. This took like a course of it took like 6 months, because I just kind of just put it on the back burner for a while, you know. And I was working at the post office. I just quit my job recently, so I got lots of spare free time, you know. So I planning to do some adventure riding, so that's why I was in a hurry to get this thing back in. And yeah, so I was tired of the stock car's performance. Man, I don't even know where the hell I'm going. I think this is where the buses go. What RPM are we at? Well, let me see what it idle's at. Oh shit, I don't even know where I told you this is for the buses. Whoa, the girl just almost tripped. I know what that feels like. I'm a mailman. I trip on these little steps every day. Or I was a mailman. But yeah, this carb works good. We'll have to see how it does. Anyway, you know, I'm gonna take it on some rides around close by and see how well it does. My gripe with the stock carb was that well, I'll just drive around the parking lot for now. But my gripe about the stock carb is that it just didn't have any balls, man. Like, you'd have to wide open throttle at all times just to get it to go somewhere. It felt like you were riding a 250 or something. And then it had that surging problem. That was my number one not cool, you know. I just didn't like riding it on the freeway because it just felt like it was struggling all the time, you know. This one seems fine. It just rides like it does at every RPM. I mean, the only other better thing would be the only better thing than this is fuel injection, man. And MX Rob has, after this, he did a fuel injection, but I'm like, man, I don't really want to get into that. So supposedly this is the best. This is probably the best mod for this bike. I don't know why Suzuki can't just put a decent carb on this from the factory, you know? Well, it's probably, my guess, is because of smog regulations and stuff, because a slide carb supposedly is not good for fuel economy. Well, we'll see about that. So this bad boy is getting about like anywhere from like 40 to 50 miles per gallon. Mostly high 40s, low 50s. So we'll see how good this one does. I'm sure if you keep your hand off the twist throttle, you'll get some decent mileage out of this. But the one thing that sets this apart from the other car is, well, one, you adjust the slide with the throttle, you know, like you're telling how big the carb is by just you know, moving the throttle, whereas the BST, the slide carb, is, you know, basically you're opening up the throttle butterfly, and it's how should I say? It lets more air in, and then the slide is controlled by like the air moving through the throat, you know. But this one, you're actually controlling the slide, and this has the added benefit of an accelerator pump. So they said it gives you more throttle response. What the accelerator pump does is, like, when you open the throttle, it about the accelerator pump, it was leaking when I was testing it out. I didn't have to make any adjustments to it. You're supposed to do some kind of adjustments to it. Oh man, I have to go through this shit again. And I had to make some kind of adjustments to it, but I didn't have to make adjustments to it. I just have to. I looked at it and I'm like, oh, it looks like it's squirting fine, but it's basically a little injector sorta. And when you blip the throttle really hard, it squirts some fuel into there. So it just takes off, kind of like that. Oh! Oh shit. Anyway, yeah, like that. What am I in first? No, that was first. Surprised the front wheel didn't pop up. Anyway, so yeah, it kind of sucks. So I had to buy a rebuild kit for like 26 bucks. So all in all, after all the mods and all the refurbishing, man, where am I gonna park this thing at? After all the mods and the refurbishing, it came out to about 200 bucks. As in, like, you know, the jetting kit and air needle and idle's a little high. And I know there's some motorcycle parking around here. Alright, let's go right here in the dirt. Almost hit my head on that tree branch. Oh, there's parking right there. I think that van's gonna take it. Yes, you think, what the hell is this guy doing? Like, just driving around the parking lot. Should take that little security thingy for a spin. It's got some rims on it, man. Some dubs. Oh, here we go. Oh, yeah, look at this classic looking, it's a Triumph Bonneville. Oh, it's a T100. It's the fancier Bonneville. Pretty cool. So yeah, there you go. It runs. Let's see. Let me adjust the idle real quick. Yeah, it starts right up. I think the idle adjusts this little knob right here. Lower it a tad. It's nice. That's why it's nice to have a tachometer on your bike, which the DR650 does not come with. Sadly, I don't know. I have a lot of gripes about this new DR. There we go. And a little bit more. Like, it's like they did a lot of things. The bike is nicer, the frame is a lot nicer, the engine, I don't know. See, the classic DR had more power, and the suspension it seemed kind of beefier to me. I never had any problems. The suspension is just too soft on this bike. So I have some springs coming for that. I already have the rear spring, and then yeah, so and then another gripe about this bike is well, the suspension is kind of crappy, and the seat sucks. There's no rack on it. The classic DR had this cool 91 DR650S. Only reason I sold it because it was a kicker. I broke my foot on it, so I couldn't kick anymore. And the kicking, it just sucks balls, especially when you stall on a hill. You want to have an electric start. Anyway, yeah. Anyway, that bike, it came with a rack stock. It what else? It came with a windshield stock. Kind of windscreen. Like, whoever had it, they tried to supermoto it, and they stripped a lot of stuff. And then what else was it? Oh, the suspension was much stiffer. I was able to take that thing on motocross tracks and jump it. Not very well, you know, but it could do it. And what else did it have? It had a bigger gas tank too. This one already came with this IMS tank. It's much bigger. It's like a 5 gallon thingy. But the stock tank is much smaller. It's like a 2 or 3 gallon. It's not big enough. The stock the DR650S, the classic one, had like a 5-gallon tank already stocked. It was metal and it got all beat up and stuff, but hey, I never had a problem with it. It's great. I guess the good thing about these plastic ones is they don't rust though, so that's good. Still have to make sure your carbs are clean though. So yeah, there we go. It runs. It doesn't surge. I'm gonna have to take it on some rides, maybe through the mountains and stuff, to see how well it does. But yeah, I'm trying to get this bike ready for some adventure riding. That's why I got all these bags and luggage stuff. I want to see if it can do some really long distances, because I really hated riding this thing when it had this surging with the stock carb. It's just it's not comfortable to ride. I just feel like it's not keeping up with traffic and all that. Well, I mean, I guess it could. All you had to do is twist the throttle, but it's like feels like you're twisting the throttle all the time, you know. It's not cool. But yeah, it runs. It's not leaking any fuel. It's not on fire or anything. So so good so far. I hope everything. I might have to check out the spark plugs later to see how they're doing. But I think we're good on the jetting. I think maybe I might have to. I don't know if there's some kind of weld you're supposed to take out on the exhaust, and I don't know if it was taken out because I can't get the bolt out. That's for one thing. The bolt's like seized in there. So that's probably one of the last mods I have to try to do. I don't know. Maybe I'll just leave it. But and I have the one that flows less Gixxer 750 muffler. I've been trying to get a Gixxer 1000, the titanium one, the fancy one, but it's like, man, I almost had one for like $100 something, and for $100 you can buy aftermarket pipe already, you know. This is just this one cost me $40. I had a muffler shop build me the pipe for $50, and I've added a spark arrestor for like $20 or something. It's only a good $100 something muffler. It flows better. It's quieter. It's fucking huge though. It's ginormous. Well, that's okay. Yep. So that's it. So here I am I'm still doing some testing here. You can take the left lane or the right lane, buddy. It still kind of takes a while to get up there, but trying to see this guy will cruise at 80. I'm at 78 right now, and it feels fine. 79. Yeah, no surging whatsoever. See if I got enough power to pass though. Not a whole lot of power. I'm at 84 right now. We're cruising at 77. No surging. Little buzzy on the handlebars, but I can cope with that. Yeah, oh, it's a definite improvement. And well, I didn't get it on video, but I was riding it through the parking lot at really slow speeds, very small throttle inputs, and it was running good, man. Real good. It can handle low speed, no problem. So I'm happy. Just, you know, I didn't really spend a whole lot of money, and the only thing is this doesn't have a lot of power. You know,
doesn't have the power that people say it does. Maybe there's something wrong with my throttle tube. One thing I didn't check is to see how much the slide opens when I give it wide open throttle, when I had the throttle cables just put in, you know? Holy moly. The intake is loud. The intake is louder than the exhaust. You can definitely hear it. But maybe I can try going down a tooth in the front. I used to have a 14 tooth counter sprocket on this, and I liked it. It had a lot of oomph, you know, a lot of power, but it is just freaking screaming on the freeway all the time. I didn't like that. So maybe it'll be better with this carb since it doesn't surge anymore. I might try it again. But definitely off-road, the smaller counter sprocket is better. It's better for going down hills and up hills. Better, you know, better off-road overall, because you're not going to be riding too fast, you know. You need that torque. Yes, definitely an improvement. See how it works. Heavy deceleration. Very good. Very good. So I'm happy. I just have to sell the other carbs. We'll have to see how it does the different weather conditions. Right now it's about, well, it's cooling down, but it was pretty warm today. I would say it got into maybe the 90s today. Like, the website said it was like 80, but trust me, it didn't feel like 80. It's more like a 90 today. And right now I wouldn't say, it's probably like 70s. So I'd have to see how well it does in really cool weather, like 60 degrees, 50 degrees, and really hot weather, 100 degrees. And then another disadvantage I heard of slide carbs is that they don't do very well with elevation changes, because the throttle input is constant. It's not, the slide doesn't move dependent on like the density of the air and all that. So I mean, there is no slide. The slide doesn't. You control the slide, you know. Not the amount of air that comes in. So yeah, I'll have to try it out. Because trust me, I plan on taking this to some high places. BSD carb never let me down, but it just didn't have the performance I wanted. Well, let's hope because I use a PVC adapter, it doesn't melt or anything.